We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Wilson gonna throw right away. He's got his man, Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's gonna get this one out to the 43-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now it's Wilson. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. That is hard. And he will go all the way. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, Giants. Terrific way to start this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into the end zone for 6.
We wondered all week, Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a 6-0 ball game.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. The tight end Ertz in motion. On second down, it's Daniels. That one secured by the tight end Bates. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he will have the Commanders' first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
The tight end Ertz in motion. On first down, right back to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
The motion man here is McLaurin. They'll go play action here with Daniels. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
So the ball's still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
Well, after the failures of the 1st and 2nd down, you got to look now at your 3rd down call sheet. Every play caller has a section, must-have-it plays, critical downs. I say this one falls in that category, and we'll see what they have up their sleeve.
Third and goal. It's Daniels. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Javon Holland. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Got a man left side. It's caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
A short one there to Bellinger. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and
he bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. The pressure all over him. He goes down again.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
So on 4th down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. A fair catch will be taken here with that flag down by the punter, and this might keep the drive alive. First and 10. Now Wilson. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And After that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On first down, Wilson. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really...
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Tyrone Tracy, touchdown, New York. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Commanders' offense ready for their second possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll take this past the 30. A gain of 6, mark it at the 31. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking for Austin Eckler out of the backfield. And it's going to be 3rd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on 3rd down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard. They timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the 1st down.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
On play action, Daniels. Going right back to Samuel. He's got it again. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. The motion man here is McLaurin. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
To the air again is Daniels. Samuel has it working in the middle. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
A give, and here comes Robinson. And he's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10. So a little extra time to think about this 3rd and goal as we've hit the end of the first. 14-0 is our score. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Washington.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, it is Tyrone Tracy. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs, kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. On 3rd down, they'll run with Tracy. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to him, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he will have a Giants first down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Tracy. And the Giants have a 1st and goal forthcoming. He takes this down to the 5-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. That is caught to the goal line and in. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. Gano on to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Giants will take a 21-7 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. The tight end, Ertz, in motion. On 1st down, Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it'll be 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's taken in. It's Austin Eckler. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Daniels. Over the middle, he's got McLaurin. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
On 1st down, it's Robinson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Now Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. That's caught by Eckler. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. He gets it to Samuel, left side.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
The tight end Ertz in motion. On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. And he's in. Terry McLaurin, touchdown Commanders.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Giants offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. the give, it's Tracy. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. A carry here for Tracy. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Play action. It's Wilson. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
The second down throw is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Third and long. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down. Like, living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Fourth down, here comes the lefty punter, Jamie Gillen. Taken at the 19. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. On first and 10, here's Daniels. That finds Samuel working across. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
To throw is Daniels on first and 10. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
He keeps it himself. After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. Here's a third down and 4. Throwing is Daniels. That one secured by the tight end Bates. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. They'll throw with Daniels. He runs with it. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will get into the end zone. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Washington. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Giants offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. This one tight throughout, all level at 21 as they'll search for a go-ahead score. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Cleveland Ferrell, former 4th overall pick of the Raiders, gets in there for the sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. He'll start at the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Commanders' offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. Both these offenses have been in form. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this 3rd quarter, and it's 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Brian Burns comes off the edge to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing now, Daniels. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
On 4th down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. This one fielded out beyond the 25. The Giants offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Now it's Tracy looking to run, and he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. It's Dietrich Wise that time with the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's to the sideline. He's got Neighbors.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. They go play action. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. In motion, it's Robinson. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Pass pulled in by Tracy. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
3rd and long. Now Russ. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The tight end Ertz in motion. On the ground, it's Robinson. And he'll get this only up to about the 33-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. Here's 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Here's Smith-Marset. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. That's to the sideline, taken in by Johnson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the ground, here's Tracy. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Slayton is the man in motion. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Wilson. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Another shot at it from the 9. 2nd down and goal. Here's Wilson. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
You could tell that this defense was ready for this exact play call. They know that they're going to give their quarterback a chance both through the air and on the ground with his legs. They do a nice job stopping him short of the goal line to force 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants will take a 24-21 lead.
Job number 1 on this drive. Find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal. Back to kick this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Now Daniels. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
The tight end Ertz in motion. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
The tight end Ertz in motion. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. Here's Daniels. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier. When you run these quick smokes or tunnels, wide receiver screens, they go by a variety of names. When you throw the ball to your wide receiver behind the line of scrimmage, you're counting on the defense playing very soft, and it's all going to be run after the catch. He's able to pick up enough here to bring up first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. On target, got it to McLaurin. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Throwing again, Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? And that is incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Here's a run with their tight end. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
A run here with Tracy on 2nd down. And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to have that first down. Tackle made up at the 30. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That is caught. It's Robinson. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
It's a big play when they needed it the most. 31 yards.
In this coverage breakdown, Mike, it's just completely unacceptable. You come out in dime defense. What that means is you have 6 defensive backs and only 1 linebacker most often. So for the offense to find an open receiver with that much space to operate, you just have to imagine there was some sort of breakdown in communication and execution, because he had a lot of room to operate, and that defensive coordinator is not happy.
13 yards on that pass play. First down, Giants. To throw again is Wilson. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Giants. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Samuel going to see what he can do. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. That one good for 29.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Bold decision there by this quarterback to attack a guy who's already made you pay for challenging him earlier today. He trusted his guy to not only win, but to defeat man coverage, and I think he got away with one there.
They'll motion over Samuel. Through the air, connecting with Debo. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a 1st down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Here's Robinson, and he'll get about 3 yards of that back, setting up 2nd and long. They'll motion over Samuel. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
3rd and short, and it's Daniels. And he will score! Game on! Debo Samuel. Touchdown, Commanders. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way back. 94 yards. Touchdown, New York. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense. You watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown, and you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. There's that man again, another catch.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
3rd and 5. To the air again is Daniels. He gets it to Samuel, left side.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
A couple of 1st downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. Going right back to Samuel. He's got it again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
To the outside, catch made by Brown. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got 1st and goal.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Daniels gonna throw again. And he will score! Game on! Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Open man, Max Slayton. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. Open space to the 35. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. So a road win here for the Giants. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more